It seems to you that they're giving aid to civilians in non-belligerent contexts, but when the warfare begins, I guess maybe as recompense for all that aid, they plunk themselves smack dab in the middle of civilian populations, or am I missing something?
You are absolutely not missing something. There is no doubt that they are violating international laws, that they specifically target civilians. You know, in order to be effective, unfortunately, a suicide bomber has to go to the most populated cafe. You know, and in that case, they are using the metrics of civilian deaths in order to signify success.
Let's stay with Afghanistan for a moment. In terms of civilian casualties, what are the major differences between the Obama administration's approach or thinking on the issue and the Bush administration?
Well, I've certainly had an easier time pushing forward our stance on civilian casualties with the Obama administration. That's not to say that the administrations are so very different when it comes to civilian casualties. I think we've learned a lot in the past 8 years in Afghanistan, and some of our earlier mistakes have now been seen to come back and haunt us.
Why is that? What is it about the Obama administration? I want something very much on the ground, right?
Yeah.
What is it about the Obama administration that makes your work easier?
I frankly think that it's General McChrystal coming in. He was appointed earlier in the year. He took over international forces in Afghanistan, and he has the right idea. He's looked at the past 8 years and said, there are lessons we could learn from this. We cannot cause civilian casualties without losing the population.
So there's a military conflict and a hearts and mind conflict going on at the same time.
Absolutely, and this is one of my big frustrations with the U.S. strategy over the past couple of years, is that it should not have just been a military fight. You really need the civilians in there. You need the civilian governance. You need rule of law. You need to be building up the institutions, education, proper services in electricity and water development. That's what's going to be, you know, the winner for this battle.
And as of today, who's winning this two-front battle?
Hard to tell.
Hard to tell.
Really hard to tell. I think we're at one of those tipping points, and we're gonna see. I'm excited to go back. I think I'll go back to Kabul in December and talk with a lot of the civilians who I've talked with over the past couple of years, and that's a good way of judging how they feel about their country, their hope, their optimism.
See, I would never go back to Kabul. I find this incredibly brave and heroic on your part. What motivates you to just put yourself in tremendous danger?
Yeah, well, I think I want to be a little more modest than brave and heroic. I don't feel that way. There are a lot of people, including colleagues who live there, who put their lives on the line every single day, including humanitarians who are providing direct service in some of the most dangerous parts of Afghanistan. I mean, when I go, it is really because I believe that the information that I'm going to get from these war victims and talking with the military officers there in Kabul face to face is something where I'm going to be able to change their minds, be able to get compensation for these civilians, be able to get humanitarian aid to them, and make some kind of difference in their lives.
Sarah Holewinski, this work seems so precious and so important. I want to thank you for coming to Faith Complex, and I wish you the best of luck.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.